do you feel like the dialogue, there's an opportunity to make sure that the narrative is focused on empowerment?
Yes,
And how
100%.
can we do that better?
Yes, yes, yes. And I think that is the place to start. I think, what I always talk about, and I think that this is where we are losing such power in general in medicine, is about talking about perception, because we know that perception creates your reality. Stress
Right.
doesn't cause disease, but the perception of the event can. And when you
Yes.
look at that you look at the world of menopause, you think, what is our Western perception of menopause? Does affect our experience. And so if you look at it in, if you look at the longest living female population in the world, that's in Okinawa, Japan, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the blue zones. And when you look at Japan, just in general, these are the longevity hotspots. And so those women tend to live on average 8 years longer than our typical Western women, with far less cancer, chronic conditions, heart disease, and so on, even less osteoporosis, and more vitality generally. So not just having more years to their age, but having more vitality in their step. How they perceive menopause, it's called konen-ki, which is the season of renewal and regeneration. So as opposed to, what do we call it? We call it menopause. You are no longer menstruating. Your frame of mind dictates your experience with this
Yes.
encounter, right? So if you look at the Japanese women, so I hear, of course, I've never been there, and certainly correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that there's a rise in cultural status as women reach this level of konen-ki, this season of renewal and regeneration, and that they're really valued for the wisdom that is so needed. And yes, they tend to live healthier. So the foundation of how we utilize our hormones, our hormone levels, and our transitions, and we'll talk through the physical things that are happening, but there is no physical and mental. They're one and the same. And our perception will affect our hormonal balance. So when we're in the state of fear, we're in the state of this amygdala activation. And that amygdala
Yes.
activation, as we know, makes it so, this is huge. If you are in the fear state, you cannot get adequate blood flow to your prefrontal cortex. That means you can't think straight. What 60% of women in perimenopause are feeling is brain fog, right?
Yes.
So the inability to think straight is totally that. And when we're in the fear state, which is going to be exacerbated by, I'm in a workforce where nobody understands. I've currently sweated through my clothes. Yeah. And I can't I can't change the thermometer. I don't want to tell anyone because I have this huge meeting and I just have to get my head on straight. So we're in this fear state. And what happens is, not only can I not think straight, but my body can't regulate my hormones in a state
Mm-hmm.
cortisol. It's like the master regulator. So it's going to raise my sugars up. It's going to exacerbate even more insulin resistance. It's going to drive my blood pressure. All of those things that we see correlate with the changes in this age frame that we're concerned about, which is more chronic disease, more insulin resistance, more weight gain in the center, more heart disease risk, right? So metabolic concerns that go right along with these transitions are going to be exacerbated by the fact that we are afraid of and dismissing and really not comfortable or certain or at peace or safe with this transition. So the perception of this reality really needs to come to the forefront so that each woman can become the champion in her own journey.